Hey world! Today we're going to be looking at the Pilot FriXion gel pens. These pens are erasable with heat. So the way these pens work is you write with them, and then if you want to erase them, you use the rubber eraser that it comes with, and that eraser creates friction, which then creates heat, and because of this heat, the ink will turn a clear color. That also means that if you are using these pens, you want to be careful of where you put what you do with these pens anywhere, because if these pens get hot, or if something you write with these pens get too hot, then it will disappear and the pens might stop working, or you just won't see the work that you wrote. So these pens were not the cheapest pens, but they were not too bad either. They were $24 for this 10 sets, that rounds up to be $2.40 a pen. And so these pens have a pretty nice body. It has a nice little grip, and it has a nice little thing on the side with a little window feature so that you can see if the pen is retracted, and the pen does not retract with the rubber eraser on top, but rather it has the clip and it retracts like that. So these pens are in the 0.7mm size, and here are a few swatches of them. As you can see, these are pretty smooth and they're pretty vibrant. The colors are the pens are smooth, but they did railroad a little bit, not too much. These are pretty thick pens though, but these are available in 0.5 and 0.38 as well, although the 0.38 pens are going to look a little bit. These pens come in 10 colors, and I have all 10 of the colors. So the colors are pink, red, orange, light green, dark green, light blue, dark blue, violet, and blue black. However, if you're interested in more colors, the Ball Slim comes in 20 colors, and if you are only interested in 0.7mm pens, then you will need to forego the retractable tip and get a pen from a different line, which is going to be capped. The Pilot FriXion has multiple pen lines and even some highlighter lines. So I really like these pens because of how smooth they are. I was expecting them not to be as smooth because of their erasableness, and most erasable pens are not smooth, but these pens were pleasantly really nice to use. You will have to go over it sometimes because it will railroad at time to time, but overall these pens are pretty nice and I do recommend them. However, as you'll be seeing in this clip, I tried to color in a little heart with all of them and then erase it, and a little bit of color does remain. However, it helps if you wait for the pen ink to dry before erasing, and if you only apply 1 or 2 layers, because if you pull the ink or you apply multiple layers, it's going to be harder to erase, and if you don't wait for it to dry, it's also going to be harder to erase. However, if you are wondering if this will ghost through the page or bleed through the page, on copy paper it just kind of barely ghosts through, so these pens aren't too bad. You'll still be able to write on both sides of the page, and you'll still be able to read what you're writing. So now when it comes to smudging, these pens are not the fastest at drying. So if you are a lefty, or you like to highlight or color or whatever, or if you just happen to smudge your ink a lot, then these pens are not for you, because even if you write really quickly with thin layers, it's still going to take you 3 seconds, but if you write slowly, then it's going to take 6 seconds. And if you use a pool of ink, like you do a lot of drawing in one area, then these pens are not for you, because if you are have a pool of ink, it's going to take around 20 seconds for it to dry, and if you have a highlighter, it's going to take 10 seconds to dry before you can highlight over it without it smudging, and even then there is still a good amount of smudging left over. It's still there even though you can't see it, so you can't really see the smudging, but in some places there is still smudging. So overall, these pens were pretty smooth. They did smudge a little bit, they barely ghosted to their pages, and they did an okay job at erasing. And just make sure that you don't leave anything you write with these pens in the heat, otherwise it will disappear. So if you're looking for a smooth pen that erases, these are really great. But if you really don't like when your highlighters smudge your pen writing, or if you just don't like waiting because you're a lefty, then these pens may not be the best. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember to hit that like button as well as subscribe. I make new videos every Monday, and I hope you hit the bell notification to get notified every time I do. Comment down below on your thoughts on the Pilot FriXion gel pens, and remember to have a happy Monday. Bye bye!